Gerard with Craftside, and I'm here today with Jeannine Stein, author of Adventures in Bookbinding and Rebound. It's so nice to see you here today, Jeannine.
It's great to see you too, Stephanie. Thanks for having me.
And you have an amazing project to show us how to make, and it's made with something you might just find laying around your house or in the office supply cabinet.
That's true. It's a book made from a letter-sized file folder.
Just like we all pretty much probably have.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And this one has tabs that are folded in, so you have two pockets in the front and the back. It's super easy to make, so let's get started.
Okay.
So we're going to start with a letter-sized file folder. It doesn't matter where the tabs are. And
Good tip.
I haven't cut it down. It's just the way you would find it. And it's scored 5 1/4 inches from that centerfold.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that with a scoring tool, or you can just do it with
A bone folder.
a metal edge ruler and a scoring tool, and just go all the way down, and that's how you make your score.
Awesome.
And then you're going to fold these tabs in
Okay. And
to create your pockets. Then you're going to put this 1/4 inch double-sided sticky tape, and it comes like this. It looks red, but when you peel it off, it's clear.
Mhm.
And it's very, very strong, so it'll hold your pockets in place. So you just peel this off, just like that, and then fold these down, and that makes your pockets.
easy.
Okay.
Okay, I'm following you so far.
Great.
I can do
All
this.
right. So now we're going to sew in our pages. Now this is just text weight paper, just paper. You can use copy paper if you want to, nothing fancy. And I have 10 sheets, and they're nested together. And when you do that, it's called a signature. So we're going to refer to this now as a signature. And this is going to get sewn into the middle of the book.
And is this 8.5 by 11 paper?
No, it's actually 11 by 17.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay. Good
but
to
you
know.
can get that. Kelly Paper has it, or you can use copy paper.
Your local higher-end paper supplier.
Probably, yes.
Okay.
Of course, if you wanted to cut this down, you could use smaller paper, whatever you wanted to do.
Awesome.
Okay, so now we're actually going to do the sewing, and the stitch that we're going to use is called a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. It's very, very easy.
Okay.
But before we sew any book, we want to punch the holes first.
Okay.
So I've made a template, and I've placed 5 marks along the center fold of this sheet of paper that's exactly the same size as the paper in the signature.
Mhm.
They're spaced about 2.5 inches apart, but again, you can just do any configuration that you like as long as they're equally spaced.
Okay, so that's the only fact you really need. They need to be the same space apart.
Right, just for aesthetics, it just looks better.
Okay.
Okay, then after I do that, I'm going to fold the paper so that the marks are on the inside, and I've made a little T at the top so I know which way is the top. I'm going to put it into the middle of my signature and open it up so I can see the marks, and then I'm going to put it in the middle of the cover. And I have about 1/8 of an inch of a little space top and bottom that you can see just so it's even.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to punch my holes. Now when I do this, I'm going to go through a lot of pages and cover, but you can do it. Every place that there is a mark, I'm going to take my awl, which is just sort of like has a needle point to it, and I'm going to push it in all the way through. And the easiest way to do that to make sure I come out where I want to is I'm going to hold the awl parallel to the table, just like this, and I'm going to hold this at a 45-degree angle. So every place that there is a hole, that there's a mark, I'm going to push through, just like that. And I'm going to go all the way down. And your goal is to come up right on the fold. If you don't, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. So you're going to go all the way down. Remove your template. So now we're going to sew the book. And I'm using wax linen thread. You could also use unwaxed linen thread. And it's about 3 times as the length of the book. So I'm going to start in the middle from the inside. I'm going to pull my thread through, and I'm going to leave about 3 or 4 inches because we're going to tie it off at the end.
Okay.
Okay? Then I'm going to come to the next hole, up this way. It doesn't matter, you can go either direction. Then I'm going to come to the next hole up here. And at this point I'm going to tighten up my thread a little bit because I'm going to go back through those holes, so I want to make sure that it's nice and neat. So I'm going to go back through this hole here. Now the trick is you're going to skip the middle hole, and you're going to go to this hole down here. It's basically a running stitch that you're doing. Okay. I'm just going to flip this around so I can get into this hole right here. I'm going to go back into this hole, and finally back through the middle hole. Now when I come back through the middle hole, I want to come up on the opposite side of that center stitch from the tail thread.
And why is that important?
You'll see in a second, but see how this is going one way and this thread is going the other way from the center stitch?
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to pull that, and again I'm going to pull parallel to the spine to tighten.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to do my double knot or square knot to finish this off. When I do that, I'm capturing that center stitch so that this stitching is not going anywhere. It's not going to come out. See, it's right there, a nice little knot. And now I'm going to go the other way. And just trim your threads to about 1/4 inch. And you're done.
Wow, that is just adorable. Now, does this have a right or wrong side at this point?
It doesn't, but I recommend if you're going to do some decorating like stamping to do that first, especially if you're going to carry it over to the pocket, because it'll be a little bit more consistent.
Wow, and that's great. And what have you used to decorate this?
So this is just a stamp that I did, and this is washi tape, and it goes all the way around again to the pockets. And this is just a label and a little scrap of map that I had, and that's it. And you can decorate it any way that you like.
Well, that is just amazing. I can't wait to try and make these. Thanks so much, Jeannine.
Thank you.